Hello and welcome to yet another episode of my book review session. And finally, today I'm gonna talk about the book that I would have talked on the very first place. And today I'm gonna talk about a very friendly book because this book is an eternal book. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the book cover of Swiss Family Robinson. Okay. If you look at the cover, you can find that it's a family. Okay, a little one, a big one, a mom and dad, and a ship in the background. And of course, there's a beautiful island. You can see birds flying above. And what does that imply? Maybe you can understand already. A ship has been wrecked, and the family is fighting their best to live in that island. And why this is my all-time favorite book, and why this falls under the 100 best books ever written in this world. Why? This book talks about togetherness, courage, fighting, being united, and helping each other in times of problem, and how human beings survive through the entire history, till the beginning, till now. Swiss Family Robinson talks about, it starts in a very jolly note. The father who talks about the story, who is telling us, who describing us actually what is happening to the ship. The ship falls under a heavy storm, and when the ship is wrecked actually, and there is no hope, they part by part, they bring small things from the ship and try to settle themselves in the island. The father, the elder brother, the younger one, the wife, the mother, all of them are working together to form a beautiful house that the best they can do in that situation. And of course, I call it the Swiss Family Robinson, I call it the ocean book. I have 3 ocean books in my mind that I consider all-time best books ever. One is Treasure Island. 2 is Swiss Family Robinson. The third book, well, I'm going to mention about it later. What I'm going to talk about, that those you who haven't read this book yet, please remember and please note that you have missed one of the best possible books written in entire human history. Okay? Again, the book starts, the book was first published in 1905, and what does that mean? In 1905, okay, no, the Industrial Revolution haven't started yet. There were wooden ships. People still traveled in the ocean with the wooden ships. The ship falls under a catastrophical storm, and when they found that the ship is, actually they can't survive in this ship, they're leaving the ship. And they're living with their pets, with their cheese, with their breads, with the small things, and try to make their best in a new island. They try to make their life in that new island, like Robinson Crusoe. Well, I have mentioned you that I'm about to mention the third book, and the third book is Robinson Crusoe. The 3 books are the best ever written books about the value of patience, about the value of courage, about the value of human spirit, the true essence of human spirit, and what the human beings are all about. These 3 books all mentions that, describes that. Inspiring books, all-time greatest books. Again, I'm telling you, Swiss Family Robinson, Treasure Island, and Robinson Crusoe. But if I talk about Robinson Crusoe, it will take many more times. I'm just telling about this book, Swiss Family Robinson. By the way, I am so thankful to my friends Mehdi Sarwar who have given me this book. Okay, it's not available in Bangladesh, I know. So the back page of the book, what is written there? Separated from society, condemned perhaps to pass the remainder of the life in this desert island, we yet possessed the means of happiness. John David Weiss, The Swiss Family Robinson. First of all, the readers will never cease to amaze what is going to happen, and the writer who wrote this book in a very smooth tone, you will get a very easy comfortable feeling when you read this book, because it is written in very simple language, okay? And the person who is talking about the story, who is describing the story to us, he's very talking about in a very like a father who talks about his family. In every sentence there is an advice to the children. In many ways there are advice to the hidden advice to the children, the inspiring things he's doing for his family, everything. Well, when I first read this book, I was a school going person, school going boy. So I had found the adventures and the suspense, all these things. But now, as I'm reading this book again, well, I'm finding the diary of a family written by a father. So this must be a great read. If you haven't read it yet, you must do it before you leave. Okay? Thank you.